204 ground control, and in this video we're going to have the RM Italy KL703 on the watt meters. Okay, we're going to be running through the MFJ 868 Bravo. So we're going to go ahead and cut this power supply on, cut her on 2K scale. We're also running through MFJ 870, and that's going to be on the 3K scale. Okay, now we are running through condenser mic, mixer, and Galaxy 959. We're dead keying 6.5 watts into the RM Italy KL703. Now, the amplifier is already on, okay? Excuse me. And you can barely hear the fans. Barely hear the fans. Now, when I key up, the voltage will increase and the fan will go into a higher speed. And we're gonna key up with the pt.2 right now. Okay, so they got a little bit louder, not much. I'm gonna unkey. Alright, so very nice fans on it. I'm gonna key up one more time. Not loud at all. Very cool amplifier. We are on the high setting. Okay. 2 kW, so we're going to be on the top scale. Okay, so we got about 120 watt dead key. We are on average. Audio. Check 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Okay. So we got about 125 watt dead key. With a 250 watt average swing. Now we're on a 3 kW mark here on the 870. About 120, 125. Okay, so there's your dead key, your carrier. And we will switch to peak. And we will key up the mic. About 125. Okay, just talking near the microphone. I'm peaking about 450. Now I'm really gonna get closer to the mic, and then I'm gonna modulate. Audio 1 2 3 4 5. Audio check 1 2 3. Audio check 1 2 3. Audio check 1 2 3 4 5. Audio. Okay, so we have a PEP peak setting of 460 watts. Okay, now I can drive it maybe 1.5 watts more from the radio. Okay, like I say, it's about 6.5 watts. I can dead key 7 1/4 easy and maybe make up for that. But this amplifier will do 500 watts PEP, no doubt about it. All right, so we're gonna come back here and we're gonna hit this button for reflect. Now we're gonna measure the reflected power of the amplifier in the system, okay? Barely registering. Even when I talk, barely registering. Audio 1 2 3. 1 2 3. Okay, so we got about 3/4 of a watt of reflect on that 125 watt dead key. Audio check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that was 460 all day long right there. Like I say, I'm only driving it with the 959 with only 6.5 watts. Okay. So we're gonna come back over here to the almighty stingy 870, and we're gonna throw some pep up in there. So it is on peak envelope power. Audio. 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 All right, showing about 450. 450 pep there on the MFJ 870, but it is the second meter in line, so we'll definitely go with the more accurate 868. That's the first meter in line. So that is your high setting on the RM Italy KL703. All right, so low setting, the way I have it now is going to be about like a 80 watt, 85 watt dead key, and it'll peak to about 400 with that setting there. Like I say, I am only driving the amplifier with the 959. Okay. And it's got some decent audio to it too, man. Produces a very, very clean signal, and I'm very, very satisfied with it. So this is part 2 of the KL703 in line on a 60 amp power supply. And like I say, I wanted to get it on the meters and show everybody what the 16 MOSFET amplifier is gonna do. Like I say, your Toshiba pills and your HGs, of course, they're just a little more sufficient with dealing with RF. So, you know, like I say, it'll take it'll take a 3 pill, 3 Toshiba transistors to do what this 16 MOSFET amplifier is doing. So, you know, but it's a very, very clean amplifier, and the DC filtering is great. There's trap filtering in there as well. Produces a very, very clean signal, more linear than what you would call a linear amplifier. Okay, so most of your homebrew amplifiers are not so linear at all, especially once you get into different classifications of biasing. So, but well, guys, this is a quick review, part 2 on the meters, the KL703, made by RM Italy. 204 ground control. And we just got down.